What does socialism with a human face mean? What does the phrase, socialism with a human face, actually mean? To understand this, we need to look back at the 1960s, a time filled with intense global conflicts and Cold War tensions. This concept emerged in Czechoslovakia during a period of reform led by Alexander Dubcek. His vision was to create a more humane and democratic version of socialism, which stood in stark contrast to the authoritarian model imposed by the Soviet Union. Newell's approach aimed to respect the historical democratic traditions of the country while building a socialist society based on solid economic principles. This meant increasing personal freedoms like press, speech, and movement. It also included reducing the power of the secret police and even considering the introduction of a multi-party system. These ideas were part of the action program that Dubcek introduced, which sought to liberalize Czechoslovakian society while still upholding socialist values. The 1960s were marked by a desire for change and reform, and socialism with a human face symbolized that hope. It represented a moment when people believed they could reshape their society for the better. However, this movement faced a harsh reality. In August 1968, the Soviet Union invaded Czechoslovakia to put an end to these reforms. The invasion was a clear message that the Soviet leadership would not tolerate any deviation from its strict interpretation of socialism. Despite the suppression of Newell reforms, the idea of socialism with a human face has endured. It continues to symbolize the aspiration for a more humane and democratic form of socialism. This reflects the broader hopes of the 1960s for social change and reform, showcasing the struggle for individual rights within a socialist framework. In summary, socialism with a human face is a significant concept that emerged during a turbulent time in history. It represents the desire for a kinder, more democratic approach to socialism, one that resonates with the ongoing quest for freedom and reform.